it is Star Wars Age of the Empire, Episode 5, with friends like these. You guys are taking on a mission that Cho'Tesh has sent you on. You guys are in Lebaran getting some repairs done, laying low because the Empire seems to be looking for a rogue stormtrooper and some protocol droid that apparently tried to break into the garrison just outside of Lebaran. And they've got a little like printout, and they've been stopping some people and asking them if they know where they are. You know that your ship has been technically impounded, but the Free Ryloth Movement will take care of that and make sure it leaves the planet without a problem. I think we're going to do some mechanics checks first for like any equipment.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, do we have any mechanic who has a greater than 2 skill?
Nope. I think Geezer was
Geezer has a 2.
Okay.
2 yellow or 2 green.
Hold on. Let me look. 2 yellow.
I think Geezer wins. I think we can assist Geezer in everything that Geezer does.
Does Geezer have better than 2 yellows and a green? Because that's what it... Because you can use your weapon skill in order to maintain your weapon, and that's what I've got for my weapon.
Yeah, but that's for the ship she's talking about.
Oh, we got to roll for the ship. Well, if we have time, I want to try to beat my weapon into shape. But sorry, I did not hear that you were going ship shape first.
That's fine. If you can do a check on your weapon. Is it minor?
It's the lowest level.
Okay.
It's like a 1 difficulty.
Yep. All right. I set the difficulty if you want to go ahead and roll to have that, to fix that.
All right.
With the time that you have, you are able to fix that.
And with those advantages, you can assist Geezer.
Yeah, that would be fine. You can send a boost die to Geezer if Geezer is going to try to fix one of the things on the ship. I don't know which we were trying to fix before.
I think we were getting 2 things fixed, but we had enough funds to do so with the Ryloth Movement's assistance.
I'll definitely throw the boost die. It's like, why the heck did they put this piece in here? I don't know. Hey, Geezer, can you use this?
The magazine retaining spring, I don't need that. I believe one of them was handling we were fixing. And
Yeah, abysmal handling and patchwork hull and faltering deflectors.
I think it was the handling and the deflectors we said we were going to try and fix. It could have been the handling and the hull. I know handling was one of them.
Yeah, because when you climb to a stall, it's supposed to restart well before you hit the ground, not right before you hit the ground.
All right, I will add a boost die to the roll. We're going to do abysmal handling first. That's a hard check. So if you want to roll that, Geezer.
Mechanic.
All right, you get 2 advantages. The failure just means it's going to take you a little bit longer. You'll have to make an additional check. The next one, which is patchwork hull. So get a boost die, same deal. All right, go ahead and roll that.
Wow.
Complete failure, but somehow it's to our advantage multiple times.
So this is what I'll say. I'll say that it's not going to cost you any additional money to try to attempt it again. I said that before. Also, the check will drop by 1. So the handling will be a 2 check. And then I'll say the hull will be, with all those advantages, an easy check because you've almost got it done. And considering that you've had to like stay out of the way of the annoying Imperial soldiers who every once in a while come in the docking bay and kind of check out what's going on, and you've got to kind of like scoot out of the way and hide because they're kind of looking for you. And so you're a little bit distracted by that point. So when you get to another port, you can redo those checks. They'll be easier to do.
Okay.
So is it that neither of them are fixed at the moment? It's
Correct. They are not fixed.
So we can just sort of do it a little better next time.
Right.
May I do a check for my weapon mod fix?
Yes. Hold on.
And I believe you said that was minor as well.
Yeah, go ahead. You have fixed whatever that modification is.
Installed the marksman barrel in it.
All right. So you guys are working on weapons, working on the ship, and you meet with Cho'Tesh. He is pretty excited, I guess. Excited for him that he is now receiving all these transmissions. The Free Ryloth Movement is getting these transmissions from the Empire, from the long-range communications array that you've hacked.
That's
and
my uncle, right?
yes, your uncle. We don't know. Yeah. To what degree he is, we're not sure, but yeah, uncle. He hires you guys for this two-part mission. The first part of the mission for the other group, there is a Imperial like space station that is floating above Ryloth that is under construction. And he's intercepted some traffic that basically they're shipping medical supplies in this on this transport Cellus. And the first part of the mission is for the first group to go and get whatever medical supplies they can off the transport, either hijack the transport or just get it on their ship, take it to Mon Gazza, to a Twi'lek resistance fighter known as Lezah Koh. Your job is when the other group comes and drops off the medical supplies, is to show up and make sure Lezah gets the medical supplies and take care of any Imperials that show up to try to recover the assets that they've lost once they figure out that it's missing.
We're doing the cover up.
Yeah, you're kind of like, you're the support to make sure that Lezah Koh gets his stuff. And, you know, if the Imperials, like I said, they may not realize it's missing, or they may send some assets, TIE fighters, soldiers, stormtroopers to go and recover it. But it's medical supplies. Who cares?
It's drugs. Let's be real here. That's what medical supplies mean.
You guys are, I would say, somewhere outside Mon Gazza waiting for the transmission from the other group so you can head in, and we're going to play that transmission and see how much you can understand.
I don't
Go
understand
ahead.
why you think it's going to be drugs. I mean, we're a resistance movement. We're fighting. We've got to have supplies and bandages and stuff.
Mon Gazza is famous for their spice trade.
It's a perfect cover.
Oh, well, before I do that, is there anything you want to ask additionally to Cho'Tesh?
Uncle, aren't you glad you listened to me? No, I don't really say that.
You really need to stop statements like that if Vortigan is in the room. If he hears that statement, he's going to look like he's supremely constipated. Like,
Makes me want to really say it now. No, he doesn't really say that. That would be very ingracious.
How many Imperials should we expect coming?
There could
looking?
be a few to dozens, but you're capable.
I mean, don't we have a tap in Imperial communications? Can't we tell this by now?
Well, we won't know until we get there. Would you be able to signal us with an approximation of how many vessels might be on the way, since you are tapped into communication?
We could probably send you a message, yes.
That'd be most appreciative, and perhaps landing zone coordinates if possible as well. I'd like to set up ahead of time, maybe leave a few parting gifts.
All right. So, Paul, give me like a lore roll or underworld, whatever one is better.
Underworld. I just put a point into it.
Okay. So when he
Definitely.
talks about Lezah Koh, you're like, yeah, I know that Twi'lek. He was exiled to Mon Gazza. Some of the stories go around that like he left to go fight the good fight, but actually he was kicked out. They got rid of him. They didn't want to deal with him.
What's the terrain look like?
It is a dusty, red, barren planet. There is one town there called Miners Town, and that is it.
Why was he kicked out, though?
From your understanding, he clashed with the leader of the Free Ryloth Movement, Cham Syndulla. Cham is basically a legendary figure on this planet and among your people. He is the prominent figure in the Free Ryloth Movement. And he clashed with him, and pretty much Cham told him, just get the F out of town.
Just different ideas kind of things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do we have any idea what Leslie's been up to?
No. You know that he is on Mon Gazza, but there's no talent. I mean, it's a planet rich in spice, so there you could probably put two and two together.
The spice must flow. Oh, that's sorry. Wrong genre. Wrong genre. No, right. Sorry. Right genre, wrong story. There you go.
All right, so maybe they are running a bunch of spice through there, but that doesn't mean the medical supplies that we got are spice.
We're getting paid for this, so I don't particularly care what they're running.
Oh yeah, I don't either. I mean, little spice never hurt anybody, right? What a Twi'lek does with his own body is up to them.
It depends on whether we're getting paid chump change to run something that's, worth ridiculous amounts of moolah.
Which does beg the question, what are we being paid for this?
Let's see. You'll each get 2,500 credits apiece.
Assuming we can keep our contact, make sure our contact retains his drugs without Imperial interference.
You can keep whatever you happen to find when you were there as well. Whatever Lezah Koh does not need.
Lezah Koh's going to need much.
I have work to do. How long will the flight take, Giza?
Longer than what it should.
2 hours, 27 minutes, 53 seconds. Got it.
On that note, Geezer, give me astrogation check. Hold on. I believe
Tell me our pilot actually has astrogation.
well-established route. Yes. All right. Geezer can roll the astrogation.
Ready?
Yes. This is you're getting all the failures out of the way.
I think that's how well I did on my investigation check, too.
Damn. But somehow it's an advantageous failure.
It's advantageous because it takes longer and it gives me more time to paint my stormtrooper armor a camouflage color. That's what's advantageous. Yeah. And for that note, I will paint my stormtrooper armor a camouflage color that will work everywhere. So I'm painting it UCP. So I'll just be invisible anywhere we go. It'll be fine. Trust me.
The stuff that's supposed to be camo at several different ranges instead of just, you get far enough away and it looks like a blur, a general green blur. Okay.
Yeah.
That stuff. Gotcha.
Universal camouflage pattern.
All right, Geezer, give me another astrogation check. You nailed it that time with a triumph.
That's what that little thing is.
Yes, it was a critical success.
So the previous advantage must be she found a hidden route there.
Exactly. We didn't even lose time.
Correct. So yeah, the first time the astrogation check fails, but you pick up a new routing system to take, and this time it's actually a shortcut, and you arrive.
See, I told you we weren't lost.
I had complete faith in you. I really, really did. I knew everything was just going to be fine.
Do not ever leave the ship without a pilot again.
You actually get there in enough time that you see the other ship for probably a minute or two as it jumps to hyperspace and departs.
Who would like to roll initiative and engage the other ship
Just a little friendly intra-party combat.
when they can't defend themselves?
On the trip here, I was paying very close attention to what Geezer was doing and how Geezer was flying.
Okay.
Asking all kinds of annoying questions.
Giza couldn't be you. Giza had the AirPods in.
Okay. And you receive this transmission from the other group.
We have contacted with Cho'Tesh to secure medical supplies from a Imperial shipment to Coruscant. Once we, long story short, once we got into contact with these supplies, it turned out to be mostly weapons with a small amount of medical supplies. We delivered the medical supplies as agreed to 2 contacts on Mon Gazza.
Did Zavir say there were mostly weapons in the medical supplies?
Yes. Sounds like they kept the weapons.
Well, they were told to deliver medical supplies, so you might as well keep the weapons if the stormtroopers gave them weapons.
All right. That is the message.
Wait, that means the stormtroopers are going to come down here loaded with weapons. There's going to be so many free weapons. Giza, let's get down to the planet and set a place up to ambush them. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a piece of cake, too.
What?
I'd
Don't
rather
you dare say anything like that.
What? Things always go right when I'm around.
Do you remember your piloting? Apparently not. I shall tattoo it into your forehead with my fist.
Now, you don't need to get violent about it. There was nothing at all wrong with my piloting. We stalled, we recovered, we landed, we got away with it. You didn't die.
The only thing wrong with your piloting is I was forced to strap down so I couldn't reach you and kick you further.
Well, safety is always important. You should always be strapped in.
Okay, if you two are done talking about your strap on, can we get back to the planet?
All right, Geezer, give me a piloting check.
Is this going to be a planetary piloting or a space piloting?
Space.
Space. All right.
Final
Boom,
frontier.
boom, yow. Okay. No problem. You fly down to the planet. It is just as described. It is a dusty, red, barren planet. As you begin to fly down, you can see that you get the coordinates basically to this mine. It's called Miners Town. And just outside of Miners Town, probably, I don't know, a couple miles, the guy that you're looking for, Lezah Koh, he is standing around, and every once in a while you can see it looks like blaster shots going off in the air, and you see he's like shooting something. And as you get, as you begin to land and get closer, you can see that he is pretty pissed off. He is like very angry. He is waving his blaster in the air. He is shooting at this crate. There's a couple of his associates, his entourage around him. You're not sure what they're doing. They might be trying to calm him down. Who knows? As you land the ship, you can see that he starts to walk makes a beeline to your ship.
As soon as the ramp goes down, the first thing he sees is a stormtrooper in full UCP colored stormtrooper armor and a massive blaster. Hi there.
And he looks pissed off. He looks confused for a second because you're not the traditional stormtrooper. And he puts the blaster down, he lowers it. Where's Euskug? And he fires a shot in the air.
Oh, if I hear that, I'm going to grab Euskug by the back of his neck and hold him up like a meat shield and parade him out front. That's exactly what he's good for.
I'm going to resist that.
How about the grapple rules in Star Wars?
Athletics check.
Oh, thank you to keep your hands off me. I'm right here. Hang on. I'm coming out. Surely there isn't anything wrong.
Okay. If he's actually going out, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah, there's not going to be anything wrong. I got this under control. If you haven't figured it out, Euskug is absolutely positive there is nothing he can't talk his way out of.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. Figured that one out.
Yeah, I'm right here. What's going on? You seem a little nonplussed.
What is the meaning of this insult? Where are my weapons that I was promised by your uncle?
Weapons? I was told we were here to help facilitate medical supplies.
Surely, you are not that foolish.
Surely I didn't think I was being foolish. I mean, why wouldn't a resistance group need medical supplies? We're fighting the Empire. We need healing.
We are fighting all the invaders. We need weapons. And one of his guys comes walking up, and you see that they are carrying a slug thrower that's like rusted, and like he's got it looks like a sword next to him on his belt.
Oh my, you really do need weapons, don't you?
Yes, Cho'Tesh had promised me weapons.
Uncle didn't mention anything about weapons to me.
Were you listening?
What else would I have been doing?
Running off, doing other things?
Hey, I'm here fighting for the cause. I had to go do some things. I know, I'm back, baby. This ain't nothing but a thing.
So
now,
what is your solution now?
My solution? I mean, I'm supposed to run cover for some medical supplies. I'm here to run cover.
There are no there are no weapons here. I need weapons.
Well, let's not be hasty. Imperials are supposed to come, supposedly. When they come, we just kill them and give you their weapons. Seems pretty simple to me.
Yeah, I mean, they're sure to become chasing after their supplies. Was that the only box of medical supplies you got?
This was the only thing that was left by your associates.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is my associates hung me out to dry.
I do not know what your plan was here.
Well, what do you want my plan to be?
I want the weapons I was promised.
We don't have a way to talk to Cho'Tesh now, do we? Interstellar communications are probably hard.
I mean, you could probably like try to send him a message or something.
I have banned the mobile on my cell phone.
Here is what we were told we had to do. We're supposed to come here. We're supposed to run cover for medical supplies, get them back to the Twi'lek, get them back home, make sure they're safe, and handle any Imperials that come along. So let's get those medical supplies loaded on board the ship. Let me see if I can communicate with Cho'Tesh and ask him what the deal is with the weapons, because this is the first I've heard about weapons.
It pains me greatly, but the little thing talks true. The only words we heard were medical supplies.
Are you picking up any Imperial ships coming into system or atmosphere?
Right now, everything is quiet. You don't pick up anything.
Well, are we supposed to take these medical supplies to where?
He kind of shakes his head like, can't believe that none of you
Still going on about medical supplies.
realize that this was not. Yeah, he shakes his head, and you see a couple of the other Twi'leks are like pawing through this big crate, like Maybe the weapons are at the very bottom and they're just like digging through the crate, like throwing the shit out. And you can see there's blast marks against it where he shot it a couple times.
Give me just a minute to confer with my friends here and see what we can come up with. Hey, yo, guys, did any of you know that it was supposed to be weapons?
You know, if he'd have told us there were weapons that were supposed to be in the medical supply crates, it really would have helped us to know that there were supposed to be weapons in the medical supply crates.
You know, a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's no weapons in the medical supply crates. And he's pissed off and he needs weapons.
Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to leave our ship sitting here to get blown apart by the Imperials when they come in.
We don't have very good weapons, so do we just go ahead and shoot them, take the crate and leave?
No, we go ahead, we move the medical supplies to wherever the hell they're supposed to be, and then we wait for the Imperials wherever the hell they're supposed to wind up, and then we shoot the Imperials and give them the Imperial weapons.
I thought we were keeping the Imperial weapons.
What are we going to do with Imperial weapons? It's crap anyway. We have plenty of weapons.
Yeah, but weapons are money. And Cho'Tesh did tell us that we could keep whatever we could get off of.
Yeah, but then they're going to bitch
Lezah
and
here.
at the end of tomorrow, and then
Weapons are life.
And Uncle figures that Lezah is expendable.
it's as simple as this. Either we go ahead, we kill the Imperials and we give them the Imperial weapons, or we go ahead, we kill them, and we make an enemy of your uncle and the Free Ryloth Movement.
No, Uncle told us that we could do whatever, take whatever we could get off of Lezah. That is what I heard, correct?
Yeah. I mean, however you interpret that, I don't know if he meant to murderize him, but yeah.
Okay. Well, no, I mean,
the medical supplies themselves, I think we were supposed to, yeah.
okay, fine. We don't murderize them. We go ahead, we tell him that we're going to take out the Imperials and split the weapons with them.
You tell them whatever you need to. Let's just not be sitting here when the Imperials show up.
Well, either way, yeah, that's the plan, right?
So wait a minute, how do we not sit here when the Imperials show up if you want to fight them and take their weapon?
Because the Imperials are going to have to land somewhere. We need to know where they're going to land first and foremost. So we need to know where the medical supplies are going to be, and we need to know where they're going to land, why they're going to land, and how they're going to track down these medical supplies, which means that either the crate or the medical supplies have something in it which they're going to be able to track.
Okay, so this is the only crate here, as far as I know. We can find out. If it is, we just leave the crate here, move the ship somewhere else, set up our ambush, kill them.
Yeah.
They'll make it here eventually.
And I mean, I'm good for engaging them as far as 10 kilometers away, and I can start picking them off, no problem. So,
Okay, you
Alright.
get off 10 kilometers away, you pick them off. I'll go drink at the cantina and you let me know when it's done.
see you in an hour.
One of these days I will kill you for your equipment, but once I develop the skill to use it, of course.
It's not equipment, it's skill. One day you'll gain it.
So it sounds like we've got a plan in mind.
That's probably our best plan.
Okay, hey, listen, here's what we're gonna do. The Imperials are after that crate, right?
They may come down here looking for it. Yes.
Okay, leave that crate right there. They're gonna be looking for that crate. Your guys, us guys, we're gonna take our ship, we're gonna hide it, we're gonna wait around here, we set an ambush. The Imperials land, we kill the Imperials. We take all their weapons, take all their armor, we split it up. You've got weapons, you got armor, we got weapons, we got armor, we get the medical supplies, we go back home to Cho'Tesh.
Sounds like negotiation.
Okay.
Sounds like seduction to me.
All right. Where did I put where did I hide that? Negotiation, huh? Do I have negotiation? I don't have negotiation. Darn. I don't even have it as a career. So let's see here. Negotiation. You want me to roll now?
Yeah.
Oh boy, this isn't gonna be good.
There we go.
Okay, got this.
1 success and 2 advantage. Even though
Wow.
Lezah is pissed off at you. He well, pissed off in general, kind of writes himself. He may have, when he was over at the medical supplies, he may have been helping himself to some other this is a spice-rich planet, so he may have been using some.
A little spice rich himself.
Yeah, so he says, okay, fine, take what I can get.
Oh, we'll get tons, I'm sure.
He orders his soldiers to head on out, and they start running back across the rocks in the dusty red planet. They kind of like run behind some outcroppings or whatever, and they just seem to like vanish. And he kind of looks at you and gives you a long look, like, okay, you better, if this is what you're going to do, then you better come through. and he just gives you a last look, and he does the same thing. He runs and just kind of turns a corner, behind some rocks, and they're just gone.
You can count on me, cuz.
Peter, you should probably hide the ship somewhere a little ways from here.
Oh, that might be a plan.
Yes, part of the plan.
Didn't you mention you wanted to leave some party favors?
Yes, if you have any explosives lying around somewhere, you don't happen to have any grenades or anything here, do you?
Got grenades.
Any landmines?
No landmines, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
Can't you improvise something?
Or we could set up some tripwires, but they'd be kind of. Oh, that's actually a good point. No, we don't want to destroy the medical supplies, though. That could be dangerous. But then again, you did shoot it with a blaster, and the medical supply crate didn't take any damage from it, so.
It took damage.
Well, actually, how many fragmentation grenades do you have?
Give me a sec.
Now, if you wanted some sort of mine, you could flip a destiny point.
Yeah, we don't really need one. We have an advantage here already. How many fragmentation mines do you have?
I've got 2 frag grenades.
Oh, perfect. Those will work then. Okay, so what we do is we attach a small wire to the front of the. We close the lid, attach a small wire to the front of the lid, run it underneath, run the frag grenades underground with the wire slightly, and that would allow us then to go ahead and put a frag grenade approximately, let's say, 5 meters away, 2 frag grenades on either side. So when they open the lid, while they're standing, it will go ahead and detonate behind them and hit within about 5-meter radius of them. So it should get pretty much anyone who's standing directly in front of the box without damaging the box. Simple enough.
Fine.
You work on that. I'm gonna hide.
Didn't we have 6 magnetic demo charges? Or was that
We
something?
sold them.
No, they were placed at the tower, remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Had
We
that
sold-
written down. I was trying to remember.
No, we sold the demo charges in order to pay for some of the ship repairs.
Yeah, we went ahead and put the demo charges at the tower so your uncle could detonate them if necessary.
Yeah.
And your character does not know this because you were told specifically that, oh yeah, we planted the demo charges.
Yeah. But you didn't really plant the demo charges.
Didn't really plant the demo charges, yes.
Yeah, we didn't want to be searched and blown up.
So, I mean, you still have demo charges. I just can't know that you have demo charges.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't. We sold them to save money on ship repairs.
Oh,
Yeah. Those were expensive repairs.
Ship repairs are very expensive, but necessary. Yes. Peter, I would like to get to a long range distance and set up a small sniping position.
Okay, yes, that is something you can do out here.
Excellent.
Yeah, I connected long range too. Of course, I'm not going to set up in his sniping position. I'll set up in something that allows me to keep an eye on the drop as well as our supposed allies. Because I don't want those bastards popping up and deciding that they want everything after we, get it to them.
Luckily for me, I'm practically invisible here in my UCP camo pattern.
you could just go ahead, since you're invisible, grab the medical supplies, throw them on board the ship, and we all just take off when we get our job.
Tempting. However, then we would go ahead and be angering these people and they can get in contact with others.
Oh, now you're worried about your reputation. Great.
I'm always worried about my reputation. It's difficult to go ahead and make money when there's a bounty on your head.
I've never noticed having a problem with it.
The idea is to avoid getting a bounty on your head.
Well, isn't that how you keep score? The bigger the bounty, the badder you are.
You don't want a bounty on your head. It makes things problematic.
Problems are just ways to get ahead.
I find the best way to get ahead is to succeed at doing things as opposed to failing at them.
You have a strange way of looking at life.
It tends to be a more successful way of looking at life.
Agree to disagree.
Geezer interrupts all the banter between everyone and says, "Well, I have detected 2 TIE fighters now,
Oh, everyone stay hidden.
and a Lambda class shuttle."
Oh, Lambda class shuttle. That won't hold enough to give us any problems.
Which direction is the Lambda coming from, Peter, when it gets into visual range?
Question is, are you going to move the ship or just leave it right here?
Oh, I thought she moved it all. I thought Giza moved it already.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you all right.
Move it, well out of the way because apparently we don't have the armor or shields to take on, anybody. So
Where are you moving the ship to?
A higher ground with a good vantage point for sniping.
Okay.
It's going to get on the guns and cause problems to those TIE fighters.
Okay. You find a plateau that you can land on and land the ship. You see the 2 TIE fighters and the Lambda shuttle come into the atmosphere and come streaking down. So I know that Ava is sniping and Vortigan is sniping. What's Euskug doing? Is he on the ship?
Probably.
Okay.
He doesn't have much, just that light range.
The TIE fighters come down and streak across the ground where the medical supplies are, throwing up red dust everywhere. And the Lambda shuttle comes down about 500 yards away and lands.
Out of curiosity, how strong is the glass on the cockpit of a Lambda shuttle? The plasteel glass. The plasteel.
Are you going to try to take the pilots out?
I would like to try and snipe a pilot. I'm considering it if it's hypothetically possible as they come in. I don't know if it is. I'll let you decide. Because my rifle is the blaster and it's the DC-10, which can do, the half-meter ferro-concrete destruction trap and the 10-kilometer range stuff. But Star Wars is always really weird with their numbers.
Well, obviously, if you roll a triumph, you would blow a hole in it. It would take, I would say, at least 3 shots to get through it.
Okay.
Wow.
Aim maneuver, and with that, so I would have 2 advantage die from the aim maneuver. Then I would have 3 advantage die from the marksman barrel, then another advantage die from the foregrip, so that's 6 advantage dice. And then my standard shooting, which is 2 yellow and 1 green.
Damn, you got what?
Yeah, 6 advantage dice.
Obviously, I need to up my game as far as character design.
Not really. My character only does one thing, and that's snipe.
Well, I mean, I built mine as a long ranger, but yeah, I guess I do have some mid to short range too. But
Your character's good at other things that I'm not.
Okay, so when it lands, is your plan to shoot them when it lands?
As it's flying down still. I wanna
as
shoot
it's flying. Okay.
there. Yeah.
Wow.
boy, he's trying. Gosh, he's trying to screw.
I'm gonna make him crash if I can do it. Yep. I'm gonna use a light side point for this as well.
Oh boy. Okay. All right.
Hold
So
on, they're never gonna land. They're gonna start taking fire and decide to GTFO or whatever they do.
The stormtroopers.
all right. I would. You negate setback die, don't you?
do actually, I believe.
Okay, because I was going to put one in for all the dust blown in the air, but it doesn't matter because
I
you
do
ignore
negate.
that.
Yep.
This will be a hard check. Okay, you flipped a point.
Yep.
Did you
And I-
upgrade it?
Yes, I did already. And did you add the 6 advantage dice?
No, let me do that right now.
Okay.
6 advantage,
The
6
blue dice.
and-
Yeah.
6 blue dice. Let's see this roll.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Go for it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow.
7 success, 2 advantage.
God damn.
Now that's a sniper for you. What about you, Vorty? Can you shoot like that?
Oh, fuck off.
I did spend a lot of money to make this work. Okay, yes, I'm aiming for the pilot and I'm trying to make the ship just smash into the ground now because the pilot, I hope, is dead. Or at least very injured badly.
Well, he said it'd take a triumph to punch through or 3
Yeah.
shot.
3 shots.
You definitely blast like right on, perfect shot. It's unclear if it went through the plasteel, but it hit it and impacted the ship, and you can see it jerks out of control and begins to like turn. You have definitely got their attention. Vortigan, if you want to do anything before we roll initiative.
No, I mean, did not realize he was planning on taking out the ship. I thought we were letting it land first, but whatever. Crazy ass motherfuckers be crazy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, I remember that Lambda classes could hold 20 plus troops in it, and I thought, I don't know if we can take 20 plus people immediately if they come out.
So that was the change in plans. That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
Does anybody know the range of medium? I don't have a long range,
For what?
and I would be wielding a range medium anyway. In any case, I'm going to try to match my stupid comrade. I guess if he's going for the shuttle, I'm going to be watching out for the TIE fighters. Maybe try to clip one. Bastard's making me look bad.
Give an advantage dice to him then.
Okay, get one advantage dice to him. Okay. You gonna do anything, Geezer? You see this whole thing happen.
Okay, and I'm on the ship. I can get to the guns on the ship, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could have already had somebody,
It's good to be at guns on the ship too.
yeah, I mean, yeah, whatever you want to do.
Well, after I see Ava take a shot at the shuttle, I'm going to do the same thing.
You're gonna shoot at the shuttle with the guns on the ship.
Sure,
So it's gonna be gunnery. Or you're gonna use a light side point.
sure.
I gave you a rank in gunnery. Just have to take it out. So it's gonna be 2 purple and 1 setback because of the red dust everywhere in the air. But it's ship to ship. So hold on, let's see. What is the Lambda class shuttle? It has to do with, I think your ship and their ship are about the same silhouette. So I'm gonna go with that. So it's 2 difficulty. All right, fire away.
Okay, more of those.
Oh, true.
Last.
Oh no.
So there's a lot of dust in the air. The ship is like turning though, like I would say
Fail's
it's,
advantage would be like our motto.
Maybe the advantage is the red
don't
dust keeps them from spotting where the shots came from.
They don't notice our ship was shooting at them. They
okay.
don't combat with the ship.
All right. Yeah. So you're firing the dorsal mounted twin laser cannons and shooting more of this red dust in the air, and that ship is turning. Also remember that if you're shooting, Geezer, that means nobody's piloting in case you need to take off.
I yell at Euskug to get on the weapons while I go and take the helm.
I can do that. You sure you don't want me to fly?
Somewhere Vortigan is going, there is a great disturbance in the force.
We will roll initiative.
Prepared initiative, I take it.
Yeah, you guys are prepared. Yeah, you're very much prepared.
It's okay, we got Euskug on the guns. He'll take care of the Lambda shuttle.
All right.
Who has no skills with my range skills are for light weapons.
That's okay, you got green in there, that's all that matters.
You realize at the end of this that Vortigan is going to be looking Euskug in the eye and going, if you touch a weapon again, I will break all your fingers.
Why would he do that? I actually have 2 greens under gunnery.
Well, that's
Perfect.
good.
I mean, I don't even know what that means.
That just means when you roll, you got your 2 greens. So you're good.
Okay.
What do 2 yellows mean?
Better.
Yeah, it means you're trained. I mean, like you can get a triumph. You're like
The
trained.
green is natural ability, it's your stat, but if you every time you get a weapon skill, you get a yellow to replace a green, and it's a better die. Unless you bought down agility, most of us will have
At least 2.
two greens. Tells me what I need to do.
Yeah, I got a brawn of 1 and a presence of 3, and everything else is 2.
To not anticipate the fight with the crew before they even land.
Like, oh no, we'll trap them. Nope, and he starts pot shotting the damn shuttle. Oh,
It's okay, that's
Really?
Heat Point officer. They won't know how to react when being shot at. They'll disappear from the cockpit and they'll be like, what? Who's flying this thing? No one. Yeah, I wasn't planning on shooting in. Then I remember the Lambda can hold as many as 20 stormtroopers, and I'm like, these guys have slug throwers. We're not going to take on 20 fucking stormtroopers.
yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense when you put it that way, but it's like to Vortigan, it's like, what the hell? All my allies are crazy.
Yeah, it will be explained later on. The hope was that I could shoot the pilot out and crash the ship and at least wound most of the bastards. And at least they're still flying, so that means there's still the option of shooting them out of the sky.
I mean, like I said, it makes sense once you say it that way, but
Yeah.
Vortigan's a little,
Oh, he's pissed. I'm sure. I don't blame him. I do not blame
we
the guy.
better win, otherwise you've wasted my grenade.
Yep. No, they're still down there, so we can still shoot the grenades if they wind up by the supplies and detonate them there. That only occurred to me when we found out it was a Lambda, because as we recall, the other Twi'lek was supposed to call us and tell us about what was showing up here, and he didn't bother doing that. If we'd have known it was a Lambda, we could have prepared better, but we didn't have any idea.
Yeah, we did sort of get screwed on intelligence.
Yeah.
In more ways than one, I mean.
Yeah, so much
where
for the
are all
medical
my
supplies.
weapons? Yeah. Where are
Yeah.
all my weapons? You mean the medical supplies? No, where are all my weapons?
Yeah.
keg?
I'm sorry, there's supposed to be medical supplies here. No one told us anything about weapons.
Which is, the absolute truth, actually.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it, Where are the weapons?
Yep.
What weapons? I'm sorry, we don't know anything about your weapons. All we know is that we were told here to guard the medical supplies. That's it.
Right.
So, moan all you like, but we're doing our job here and we're going beyond our duty right now. So, you, sir, can shut up. We're working, buddy. And if nothing else, we'll get the Stormtrooper armor, and each one of those is worth 2,500 apart.
Really?
Yeah, Twi'leks can't wear
Okay.
it, but humans can.
That is obviously the flip side of everything so damn expensive is if you can actually loot, you can hopefully get something good.
Yep, and that's the hope. Because 2,500 credits each is nothing for this mission for what we're engaging stormtroopers, for God's sakes, That's kind of a big ask.
Yeah, well, what they don't know will hopefully kill them before they can radio out.
Well, the TIE fighters only have short-range communication, and the Lambda, that might have long-range, but they're probably in full-out on-panic mode at the moment. Hopefully we have time.
Yep.
And it'll take time for any reinforcements to get here anyway, and we will be long gone. Or we get some more sets of Stormtrooper armor. Either way, it's a win-win.
Well, we get a nice grave, 6 to 1, half dozen to the other. Win-win.
Either way, we succeed.
Probably what's going through Vortigan's mind at the moment is, at least I will die on the ground instead of falling to it.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
All right. Vortigan, you're up first, and then Euskug. So what you see is there's a bunch of red dust being blown up. The Lambda shuttle is kind of turning and spinning because it was shot. And other than that, nothing else is going on.
Because I've actually got gunnery, and so if I could get to the ship, I could help them out.
I would guess that the ship would be probably a little bit further from you guys. I mean, you would have to.
I mean, if it's like more than like 3 or 4 combat rounds, I'm just.
Yeah, it would probably be a couple combat rounds away because the ship couldn't be that close.
Now, can we see the TIE fighters, or is it just the shuttle that we see?
You saw the TIE fighters just took off and went right across the planet, like past Miner's Town.
I mean, if it's actually a couple away, I'm going to just start sprinting for the ship. Because if nothing else, we got to, this thing just went south, we're going to need to DTFO, and I can't shoot through damn shuttle armor or shuttle windshield. So if it's actually going to be like 2 or 3 rounds, I'm just sprinting for the ship.
All right. So you take off running for your ship.
And since I bought a damn comlink last time, it's like, pick me up, pick me up, pick me up.
Pick me up before you go.
Is there any advantage to be had in, like, I don't know about the mechanic for this, like lining up a shot or.
Yeah, you can aim.
Like, if you spend a round aiming, does that help you when you take your shot? Or?
Technically, it's in like a combat round. You have 3 things. One's like an incidental, like I pull my blaster out or I do something, an incidental thing. The other is like a movement, like I run somewhere or do something, and then the last thing is an action. I shoot my blaster or I do an action. You can spend your movement to aim.
Yeah.
And then, so you would get a boost die.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Is that right, Josh?
It's not your movement. You can use your maneuver, it's called.
Thank you. Your maneuver. Okay, that's a better word.
If I'm not mistaken, you can also go ahead and then do a second maneuver if it's just the aiming maneuver to aim a second time, if I recall, but then you suffer 2 points of strain.
Correct. You get 2 strain, yes.
Yes. You can technically then get it twice, I believe, for the aim. I'm actually looking that up right now.
If that's the case, I'll take the strain.
All right, so add 2 strain. I'll give you 2 boost die. There is 1 setback and 2 purple, and you can use gunnery.
Okay. And 2 strain added. I'm ready to roll.
Yep. 1
That's with a threat.
success.
Uh-oh. I'm trying to finish off that glass shield if it hasn't been finished off already.
That would make it harder.
I better just stick with hitting the damn thing.
Yeah. Over the comlink, you vaguely hear something like, it actually hit. Must not be Euskug on guns.
Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong.
No, Euskug, don't fire off the flare by saying you're wrong and poking it. Oh no, the flares are up. They see the ship.
All right. So yeah, you definitely hit this thing. The one threat is they may know your location.
Uh-oh, I think they spotted us.
As the flare bursts into the sky.
So the shuttle will wheel around as it's trying to maneuver, as it spins around and kind of begins to, hover up, teetering, and will fire its forward twin laser blast cannons at you. 2 threat. If failed, fires, shots are just going all the way around.
There must be a stormtrooper at the guns.
So yeah, it's like firing. You guys are on this plateau and it turns and begins shooting. It's just blasts are all around you. That red dust is going all the way, obscuring your view. Let's see, 2 threat.
Canopy fully exposed.
Yeah, okay, I'll say that. Like the threat is they turn, they don't even realize, Ava, where you are, and they have turned like right facing you. They've turned into your line of fire again.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Oh no. Okay. In that case, I'm going to spend 1 maneuver to aim. So that's 6 blue dice.
When you say 6 blue dice, it's like you've got mods and stuff that give you all that.
Yeah, on the weapon.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay. You negate the dust and the red dust blowing up. So you just, go ahead.
They need to kill the pilots. They need to. I'm just in my mind right now. It's 20 stormtroopers might be on this thing, and if they land, I am dead.
Kill the pilots. Kill the pilots.
Wow. That is
Holy
1
cow.
success, 4 advantages, and a triumph. So,
God damn.
A triumph is a crit, right?
yeah, it's a critical success. Yes.
Okay, so my crits add at the moment plus 20 every time I do crit. So that's 23 critical damage and 9 normal damage.
Okay. What do you want the critical to be?
The critical is going to completely destroy the control console to the ship.
Oh, you're gonna drop them out of the sky.
Precisely.
All right. So the blast goes off. Ava is really the only one that sees this, kind of because Euskug and Geezer are obscured by all this red dust. And you just hear this thing crash to the ground, Ava. It just kind of turns and spins and like nosedives into the side of the plateau. Geezer, you're up.
2 fighters still around somewhere. 2 TIE fighters.
Yeah, Geezer was going to move, but all the dust is still obscured our position. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, but you could fly right out of it.
But we're still nice and hidden.
Yeah, we're still hidden at this point, and there are 2 TIE fighters out there.
Geezer, I like the way you think.
I'm gonna scan. Can I scan to see where they are exactly?
computers. There'll be an easy check with 1 setback due to the planetary conditions if you want to do a computers check. 1 success advantage. They are on their way back.
Yeah. Is there any way I'm going to try to sit there for as long as I can, and then at the last possible second, come out and shoot at whichever one gets there first,
Okay,
or maneuver so that Euskug can shoot at the one that gets there first.
I'll let you do that. And you can give the advantage to Euskug so he has a bonus die when he shoots.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And of course, I'll get on the comm and let everyone know that they're coming back.
Euskug is very nonchalant on the comm link, going, "Oh yeah, no problem, I got it." But if you were to see him there, you might. Fortunately, nobody's there to see him. That he's looking a little scared and a little out of his depth, but nobody knows.
Vortigan. You probably would hear this crashing noise.
Him dropping the shuttle changed my target. How close is the shuttle versus how close is our ship?
The shuttle is closer.
Hauling ass to the shuttle because they may be down, but I don't want to necessarily count on it.
All right, you're making your way back. You can run back to your old position and set back up, and you can see that the shuttle, and there's all this dust and debris, has crashed into the side of the plateau.
Well, I'm headed for the shuttle, right?
Right. But if you wanted to, you could run and get back to your old position where you have Overwatch to shoot anybody coming out of the shuttle.
Oh, ambush them. I'm thinking of something a little different. Those forward-mounted laser cannons on the shuttle.
Yeah.
Are they pointed vaguely up still or not?
They're stuck into the ground.
Oh, well, never mind. I was going to go see if they were messed up enough that I could take out the TIE fighters using the shuttles on weaponry, but Since that doesn't seem like it's possible, I will do what you said and try to set up to ambush anybody coming out of the shuttle.
Euskug.
Do I have any kind of target at all? No target at this point.
Yes, 2 TIE fighters are on their way, and they're going to fly right past you.
Oh, but I can target one.
Yes, you can. There'll be a setback because of the debris.
I'm going to do the strain thing again.
Okay, so you get a boost die from Geezer, and then you get, so you get 2 more boost die from that. How they do combat is the ship to ship depends on the silhouette and what the difference of the silhouette is. So if you're little ship shooting against big ship, it's not as hard, which makes sense. So
yeah,
everything has been set up for you to shoot gunnery.
Take out a little handkerchief or whatever, some scrap of cloth, and dab my forehead, line up shot. And I'm straining really hard.
What? Oh my God. That is a null roll. I don't know how the hell you managed that.
What's that mean?
That means that it balances out. Nothing happens.
The weapons jammed.
You got 3 advantages and 3 threat, 1 success, 1 failure. It all cancels itself out.
So what, the gun doesn't go off, basically?
Oh, it does. You just miss.
These things are moving awfully fast.
Meanwhile, in the TIE fighter, stall speed, stall speed, stall speed.
Yeah, I'm going to say the first one goes by some shots at, but the second one will shoot at you guys.
Why would they shoot at us?
Because you're adorable.
I am though, aren't I?
You mean they're going to shoot at a vague cloud of debris?
Right. They'll have they'll get a setback because of the cloud of dust. Gunnery is agility, right?
Yes.
I'm going to flip the dark side point. It gets 1 hit. So what is the ship's? Does the ship have any armor? Armor. You have 2 armor. The ship takes 4 damage. It's hull trauma. So now your defense. Yeah, it's technically 0. You have to do a mechanics check to restart the shields. That has nothing to do with the armor. So you're kind of sitting on the side, and it flew over this way. So it didn't really shoot at the fore or the aft. It's kind of the port side, but the shields automatically go down. So you would have to restart the shields, and if you were to try to turn to get to use the fore or aft defense, if I'm explaining that correctly. Geezer.
Well, first thing I'm going to try to do is restart the shields.
Average mechanics check. No, I mean the whole system just like it's like you hit the green the orange button there, and then instead of like it all turning on, it just shuts the entire system down, and all the shields drop down, and then luckily the ship begins to power back up again, like you've lost power, but the shields have not returned.
Press and hold the blue button.
Oh, you're running Windows 98.
The ship, the Lambda shuttle is crashed, and 2 TIE fighters just go by. You see they have impacted your ship.
Yes.
The shuttle has crashed, and from, I would say, your vantage point, you can kind of see sort of where the Lambda shuttle is. Give me a perception roll. Don't worry, this is not your action, so.
Perception roll. Okay. I do have perception somewhere. A little bit.
So you notice that Lezah, you would assume, you see his group start to come out of nowhere, like from behind rocks and, up out of the ground, doing the thing where they throw the cloaks over, and they start running towards this shuttle. There's probably like a dozen of them.
So they're holding up their end at least.
Yeah, they see the shuttle crash and they are making a beeline for it. You would have to move to get a position where you could see the whole shuttle. You can kind of just see part of it.
Yep. Yeah, I'll have to move into position for now and set up.
Okay, but no one has gotten out of the shuttle. It's a smoking. There's a bunch of smoke coming up, bunch of red dust.
That's a good question. Can I still see the TIE fighters at the moment?
They've taken off. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'll just set up a position and move, get behind whatever cover I can while I have overwatch of the shuttle.
Okay.
Yep, nothing I can really do. I'll say to Vortigan, if you see anyone come out, go ahead and get some fire on them. I have a feeling that these Twi'leks might get themselves killed if they keep getting too much closer. And I will try to give him some encouragement for a boost die that he can use later on.
Do those sort of dice ever expire, like advantage or boost? I mean, if you don't use it the next round, does it?
Technically, you're supposed to use it like the next time. I mean, It's
Next
kind
time.
of, I'll let you hold on to it if you had to.
Well-
Vortigan, you get up there. You now see out of the corner of your eye the Twi'leks. Well, as Ava mentioned. Now you look down and you can see him running towards the Lambda shuttle. The shuttle's ramp just kind of falls, kind of slumps down, and you see the first stormtrooper like pull himself out and start climbing out of the shuttle.
Okay, well, I was set up to snipe them. Let me know when I can.
Do you negate any setback because of environment?
Let me read talents and specials for a minute. No. Since I'm dug in and I'm not moving, I can use my movement to give me what? Some form of advantage?
Right.
aim.
You can get a boost die for aim.
And my active abilities, let's see. Oh, that's a reroll. So, I mean, theoretically, only once I've rolled and see how I do. Okay. I will use my movement to aim and then try to pot shot, stupid stormtrooper coming out of the shuttle.
Okay. Set the difficulty.
And that will be my slug thrower rifle because that's my only medium range weapon.
Wow.
That's ugly.
5 successes, 1 threat, and a triumph.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, I can tell you right now, the stormtrooper is very, very dead. But you can I'll let you use the triumph however you wish.
So what can you vaguely describe what the triumph does?
It's essentially a critical success. So, do you shoot the guy and he slips back and falls and like knocks a bunch of them over, or does he
He had a
shoot
grenade.
him? Yeah.
He had a grenade he was about to throw at the Twi'leks, but then he got shot, so he dropped the grenade inside with his friends.
Oh, fine. The grenade idea is just too good. The bullet goes through him and the heavy gun and into the heavy gun behind him, which explodes.
Perfect.
Okay. Yes, Ava, you see this one stormtrooper get shot in an instance, an explosion happens, and you see a bunch of that white plasteel armor just fly everywhere and a bunch of smoke. All right.
Yes. Expect our payday.
Okay, nice. You hear the Twi'leks cheer as they like raise up their guns as they're running. Euskug.
I don't have any target on the TIE fighters anymore, do I?
I would say yes, you could shoot at them if you wish. For a regular weapon, no, you're not gonna be able to shoot it, but for a space gun.
Yeah, I mean, the range is like, what, 20,000 kilometers or something?
Something crazy, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to do that.
I'm going to hazard it and go after the extra strain again. Yusuke's got something to prove.
Oh, he's prairie dogging right now. He's training.
Yeah, like he's got something to prove. And he also, knows this is a bad situation for us, so on, blah, blah, blah. But really, in all honesty, he wants to be able to look at Vorty and go, I told you I'm a good gunner.
You done good, kid. You done good.
Yeah, well, Vorty is the kind who will, if you actually do well, acknowledge it. But gritting his damn teeth, but he will acknowledge it. Oh, boy.
Yusuke just wants his father to accept him as his son and acknowledge that he did well.
Or maybe he just wants to be able to go, see, I'm a badass at whatever I do. I'm a great pilot. I'm a great gunner.
That'll get you hurt.
You're a grape soda. You're grape at many things.
You have an advantage. You could recover 1 point of strain if you wish, or you could give that boost die to somebody else. Probably like Geezer, if Geezer's going to do something.
Geezer's still trying to get the shields back up, right?
Yeah, you could give her a boost die if she's going to try that, or
I'm going to give Geezer a boost die.
Okay.
Let's get the shields back up. And I say over the comm links, really, gunnery's not my thing, but it's all going to be fine. We're going to do great here. We've already taken out the shuttle.
Don't hit your own ship, and it will be an improvement over the other day.
What happened to the ship the other day?
Don't get cocky, kid.
All right. So there are 2 TIE fighters. They go past and they come back and they will make a strafing run against your ship.
I think they've rather decided to leave and fulfill a life of religious fulfillment.
How do you know this isn't it? They'll take a setback because of the smoke. Now the red dust and the smoke that's coming up from the ship. So the first TIE pilot goes by.
How bad is this?
Well, hope you didn't shoot the windshield too much out of that shuttle. We may be
We might need to fly the shuttle to get out of here.
I didn't shoot the windshield. I shot the screen door off the shuttle. Yeah, space mosquitoes are going to get inside now.
And the space worms, apparently, because those happen too.
Space worms.
Yeah, your armor is 2. They do 6 damage, so you take 4. You take 5 damage to the hull.
How much damage can our hull take?
30.
Oh, we're
So
fine.
Could be worse.
Your current hull trauma is 9 and out of 30. Okay, so the next one takes 1 threat. So he'll take a strain, and the next one comes rolling down and will do the same thing as it fires on you guys, and you take 4 more damage. So you're at 13. So it is now Geezer or Ava.
Do I see any stormtroopers coming out of the ship? Or does it look like it's kind of blowing up in there right now?
Yes, I would say you could. Yeah, you can probably see one trying to make his way out of the shuttle.
He does not deserve to win.
Yeah, I gotta deal with that problem then. Take aim and fire at Bill. Let me see here. That's
6 blue.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. There's a lot of advantage here.
Yeah. Very advantageous.
How do you rate that?
So actually, won't that trigger a critical?
I think so.
What's your critical 4? Is it critical 4 or critical?
My critical, what it says is critical 3.
Okay, so 3 advantages that triggers the critical. So yeah, you'll kill that stormtrooper
Okay.
as he's trying to make his way out of the shuttle. That leaves you 4 more advantages.
4 more advantages. For the advantages, how far are the Twi'leks from the shuttle?
Probably the next round they're going to get there.
For the advantages, one of them has a grenade. Can I give a Twi'lek a grenade?
I would say for 3 advantages, one of the Twi'leks can have a grenade, and you could use the other one to give somebody a boost die if you wanted.
Okay, and I'll give a boost die I'll give it to Euskug, because we really need those TIE fighters to die. Those things have to die.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah. Hey, Euskug, take the boost die.
Forty may have needed to spend his time getting back on board.
Yeah.
Hindsight is 2020.
So Geezer, you're up.
So yes, Geezer is going to try to get the ship restarted.
Okay, so the shield's back up.
That is mechanics.
2 advantage. You can give those two advantage out to
Euskug to shoot TIE fighters down.
Yes. Please give them to the guy who needs to shoot TIE fighters down.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously do what you want, but those things are gonna kill us if we don't get them pretty soon.
So I'll say one thing. As far as your ship goes, you can try to do that, but I would say you can maneuver your ship so you're sort of facing them, because you have that will give them 2 setback die, because they're
So
kind
I
of.
can do that now?
Yeah, I'll let you do that, because yeah, you would have known that.
Okay, I do that.
Yeah, so you're just kind of maneuvering the ship because that's where your shields are. Well, technically the shields are down, but when they come back up, you'll actually have shields.
When they come back up, oh boy.
Because if you look at the ship, starship, vehicle sheet, you'll see like defense, and it has a bunch of numbers, and that's the shield kind of stuff.
Yes.
Okay, so Euskug has got all kinds of bonuses. All right, Vortigan.
All righty. So do we have more idiots popping out of the shuttle yet or not?
Yeah, you see another stormtrooper trying to make his way. It's probably not very comfortable in the shuttle. They probably think that's a death trap.
They're gonna think the damn doorway's a death trap pretty soon. All right, let's do this again. I'm going to use my maneuver to aim
Okay,
and bang away. Let me know when I can roll.
go.
Oh, nice.
3 successes, 3
Right.
threats.
I'm going to say you take 3 strain because of pretty intense what's going on.
Okay, I take 3 strain. Okay, got it.
So you shoot, you blast another one of these guys, and it hits him, and he knocks him back, but he reaches up and like grabs part of the shuttle to pull himself back up. Euskug.
You've been given 3 advantages.
I'm pushing my luck. I'm gonna add two more strain.
Yep.
So you got 5 advantages. How much strain have you taken? Like 8?
8.
Oh gosh, stressing.
My face is beet red. Nobody can see me. Sweat is pouring down.
I mean, you could also use a light side point if you want.
No.
Okay.
Well, hold on. One more time at least. I want to use the light side when I can't afford to take any more strain.
All right.
Okay, that makes a degree of sense.
2 success.
Yep.
Nice. 3 advantage.
3 advantages. Finally, roll 20 was nice to me.
Is there a crit for the ship's weapon or not?
Yes, there is. The critical is 3.
Woo!
So you activate the critical.
Nice.
So what does that mean? Big bada boom.
Roll on the corresponding critical table, which I've been yet to find.
You fire. And classic Star Wars. Boom. The TIE fighter explodes.
I'm good with it.
1 TIE fighter down.
I lean back in the seat for a second. I'm dabbing my head again with some cloth that I found somewhere.
All right. And as the 1 TIE fighter takes damage, it explodes. The other one comes flying through the debris, which it has 2 setback die. It focuses as I flip a dark side point to shoot at this damn ship that just took it was his best friend, which is gone now.
My anger has led me to hatred of you.
And it does 2 minus 6 minus 2, 4, 5 more damage to the hull. You're at 18 of 30.
What happens when
And the
we hit
ship kind of
burning
rocks.
point? The
Huh?
thing falls apart.
Uh,
It's getting to be a non-academic question of what happens when we hit that, you know?
Geezer, you gonna try the shields again?
Absolutely.
All right.
Come on, Geezer, you gotta get. I mean, come on. I know you can get these shields going. You're gonna do this.
Oh,
They didn't come on for a reason.
Exactly.
All right. You have 1 advantage. You could give somebody a boost die if you want, or I don't think you've taken any strain.
Nope, I haven't. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Who are you gonna give it to?
who wants it?
I mean, the boost dice helped you skate before.
I would suggest Euskug. We've still got the problem of another TIE fighter.
Yep,
Yeah, he-
sounds good. Okay.
He really sucks at gunnery.
He's doing his best, and that's what matters.
All right, Ava, you're up.
Oh, didn't the Twi'leks, aren't they supposed to go before me?
Okay. Yeah, they come running up, and all
The
right.
one with the grenade. Go!
I did stat these guys out. Look at that. Twi'lek
I believe
fighters. So what is a grenade? Is that ranged light?
Range light, yes.
He runs up, that stormtrooper is like, they're like trying to climb out of this thing, and he takes this grenade and he goes to chuck it.
Frag grenade, go!
Frag out.
Don't kill all the other Twi'leks.
A threat. He throws it, it clanks off to the side of the ship
Oh,
and just goes boom, and all the other Twi'leks like duck for cover because all the shit goes flying in the air, and it's kind of halted their advance. All right, now you're up.
Yeah.
That stormtrooper is still there.
Is the TIE fighter out of range?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's whizzing by. I mean, with the shuttle, it kind of, was landing, and you know what I mean?
I'll shoot at the stormtrooper then.
All right. How many boost die?
So that's 6.
Okay.
holy
4
shit.
successes and 7 advantages.
Okay, 7 of them.
So with the first hit, that dude's dead. You kill him. He had like 1 hit point left.
Are we sure that's right? Because I didn't have any setback dice in that.
Let me just roll
Yeah, still
2 successes and 5 advantages.
5. Okay, and he's dead even without the.
Yeah, the first shot killed him. You realize he was barely up.
Can I just give all those advantages to Yusuke?
5 advantage. Sure, why not?
The bullet ricochets and actually pings off the TIE fighter and moves it just enough to put it in Euskug's sights or whatever. Okay.
We're gonna make
Wow.
Yusuke a god at gunnery, if he likes it or not.
Goodbye with little help from my friend.
You're getting on the comms, like giving him pointers on what to do. Like aim right here. Just
Aim
do the
for the
same
weak
thing
spot.
last time. Yeah. Okay. There you go. 5 advantages. Are you going to aim? You get 6. You
I am going to aim. I am going to take 2 strain. I am up to 10 of my 13 strain.
So you're at
Hey,
7
boy.
advantages. Flip a dark side point here. This is getting
I'm going to
ridiculous.
flip a light side point.
Okay, go ahead. So you're
Alright.
you're not trained in this, right?
Nope.
Gunnery. Hold on. Let me just add 1 there. So now you should have a yellow die. Just make sure you put that back. Okay. There is 1 setback because of the smoke and the dust. And
Go.
go.
There, Yusuke, go.
Whoa.
Oh,
4
yeah.
successes, a
triumph.
threat, and a triumph.
All right, so I need to put that yellow die back to green.
Yeah, where I flipped it in gunnery, just take the rank out.
Okay.
So you destroy the TIE fighter. It's a critical success. So you can tell me what happens.
I'm watching the TIE fighter come in. I hear on the comm link, he's making the same run that he had the last time. Just aim right where he's at. So I just pull that trigger and boom, boom, blow him out of the sky. And then I roll out of the gunnery seat, head to the head, and vomit.
Okay.
Right, because you're probably feeling pretty crappy for.
Yeah. And I don't say anything on the comms. If they're talking to me, no response. Nothing. Playing it
All right.
cool.
All right. I'll give you another point of strain with that threat. So you should be at 11.
Yep. Moving it up.
He's straining on the bot. That's how Elvis went.
The TIE fighter explodes in the air, pieces of it falling down. Geezer
Yeah, Geezer's still trying to kick the ship at this point. Right.
literally kicking it.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm seeing
You
this
hear-
robot frustrated.
You hear someone retch in the back of the ship. Okay, go ahead.
Another mechanic.
Yep. Hey, the shields come back on.
And of course, the
Finally.
threat is that I have damaged my foot from kicking the ship.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yes.
And
all right.
and Geezer is also hopeful that maybe Geezer can scavenge some parts from those wreckages out there.
Nice.
The Twi'leks, you know, they see that the TIE fighter gets blown up. They all get back up after the errant grenade throw and run up to the shuttle. And, you know, they've got their weapons and they're like climbing in, ready to just like basically hand to hand. One guy grabs like a rusty sword, like he's going to run in and attack them. And they start backing up, and you see the stormtroopers slowly climbing out with their arms raised, like surrendering.
Yeah, the first 4 or 5 out the door just went pop, 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 pop. Their heavy gun blew up.
I said I wasn't going to lose my head, and then pop goes my stormtrooper.
So over the comms, I say, we're looting it for parts, or we're taking it.
I think the shuttle's kind of screwed at the moment. Let's get these stormtroopers naked.
Euskug says nothing because he's still in the head and he's playing it too cool to let you hear that.
The stormtroopers see another stormtrooper appear, almost invisible in perfect UCP camouflage on a red planet.
Yeah, the stormtroopers look in rough shape. There is a total of 15 of them that climb out in various states of, well, they're not, you know, they're not all healthy. I mean, they look kind of beat up and banged up, and they're just kind of sitting there. The Twi'lek, you see more of them show up. Like before there was like a dozen, now there's like, you know, 15, 16 more that like coming out. They come out of everywhere, like behind rocks and up out of the ground, and carrying their their rusty slug throwers and carrying like knives and
Okay, strip them of their weapons, then strip them out of their armor and clothing.
yeah, they got no problem doing that. They're ripping their crap off. Both pilots are dead.
Good shot, Ava.
I'm just glad I took care of the ship. I forgot that lambda shuttles can carry as many as 20 stormtroopers on it. I have a feeling if we let them out, we wouldn't survive a fight against 20 of them at once. Anyway, we should probably strip them of the armor and then get these ships stripped down for everything usable.
So I take it we're not trying to take the shuttle. We're just going to strip it to the bone.
Yeah, get as many parts as we can. Well, I mean, is it possible to take it out and fly it?
Not
Oh,
without
don't
like
worry.
some major
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Ava's second shot took out the control panel.
Yeah, I figured as much, but you know, eventually Euskug finally stops vomiting and cleans himself up and walks out and walks down. And he looks a little pale, playing it cool.
Geezer stands up and limps over to the first aid kit and hands it to Euskug.
Oh, hey, thanks. What's this for?
Amazingly enough, for some reason, I have medicine.
Oh, wow, thanks. Does that help with the strain?
It's a bottle of pre-1920s Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
means, just thinking ahead here, Geezer's going to need to be the one to direct looting the shuttle for
Yeah.
parts.
Yeah.
Because the rest of us don't know it.
Yeah.
The rest of us are, you know, the grunts calling around the various parts. The Geezer is telling us to loot.
I'm going to be making sure we get the stormtrooper armor and making sure the Twi'leks realize they can't wear stormtrooper armor, so it's all going to us because they're getting the weapons.
That's a good point.
Changing the deal a little, but yeah.
I'll
Well,
also-
we told them they'd get the weapons, so
Yeah, they're climbing all through that ship and grabbing stuff. And
I also plan on getting our prisoners because Guess what? These prisoners are worth a lot of money to the Rebel Alliance.
Lezah says, "We'll take some of the armor. We cannot wear the helmets, but we can wear the breastplates."
Well, fine, 50-50 then. Fair trade.
Yeah, I'm going to recover my 2 frag grenades, but yes, if there are other grenades available, definitely gotta be taken.
Okay, they all had the blasters. They roll some die. You recover 5 frag grenades. Of course, Lezah offers to split. He takes 2.
Okay,
So
I'll take the rest.
3 frag.
Euskug is interested in grenades always too.
Oh, you want a couple?
I would like to make sure I have at least 1 frag grenade and 1 stun grenade, and I think I was able to buy a frag grenade last time, wasn't it?
I think you got a grenade and a stun grenade, yep.
Or did I find a frag and a stun?
You were able to get a stun, I believe, and a frag.
Yeah, I thought I got, okay, it was stun grenade. I wouldn't mind having 1 frag. He doesn't want to carry more than 1 frag grenade and 1 stun grenade.
I will toss you a frag grenade, not, literally toss. But
Yeah.
grenade.
You get 5 sets of stormtrooper armor. He takes the other 5.
Much appreciated.
But some of it was damaged from the fight.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, stupid question maybe, but is this stuff that my character can use? I mean, they're vaguely humanoid. Actually, they're pretty close to human.
Do you have a head without any extra bits? How
Yes,
muscular are you?
Well, I want to think a minute before we just sell everything off here. I mean, if it's better armor than I've got environmental, but it's like, besides being environmental, it's only got like one lousy little defense or whatever the equivalent is around here.
Yeah, Stormtrooper armor gives you 2 soak, but the strength of Stormtrooper armor is really you get 3 hard points as well for upgrades.
Yeah, that may be critical.
Yeah.
So I'm going to request we keep 1 and I'll reconfig for me. Hey, and then we can be stormtrooper buddies when we decide to pull people.
There we go. And the prisoners, Peter, are we able to get our hands on those? The 15 survivors.
Lezah is curious how you want to negotiate.
Well, I intend to go ahead and sell them off for ransom.
Is that actually feasible, I guess, is the real question.
Certainly, they're stormtroopers, the Emperor's elite, and that means that the Rebel Alliance would gladly pay money for them.
I mean, we're splitting everything else half and half. Why not split the prisoners half and half?
Because what would the Twi'leks do with the prisoners?
That is our business.
In that case, you get half the prisoners, we get half.
Lezah divides the 2, and of course, there's an odd number, and then the person who's left in the middle, he just pulls his blaster out and shoots him dead. Oh, now we're even.
Efficient.
It's hard to argue with that.
I might start to like this guy.
Yeah, let's just load them up on the ship then, the prisoners.
You have 7 prisoners.
Okay.
Where do we put the hard points for armor?
That would go underneath, it's on the item inventory. View attached.
Okay, I never put the new armor that I had under there. Okay.
I didn't see that before. I might have to tweak that a little. Okay.
Oh, my armor's not correct. That's weird because I know I placed the correct armor in mine. It didn't save. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. But
Yeah, I think the hard point. I think you don't have to really worry about it at this point.
Why do I need hard points?
hard points can give you, for example, a invisibility cloaking field to your armor. That's how I'm getting all the advantage dice on my weapon is from the
Basically a modification. It's
Oh, it's mod slot.
Yep.
Yeah, enhanced optics suites, which would be amazing to get my hands on. Superior armor customization. There's all kinds of great hard points you can put on your armor and weapons. That's really one of the things that's helping out a lot is the attachments.
Okay, mod slot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I presume armor and weapon mods are completely separate. I'm gonna have to look into armor. I'm gonna have to look into both, I guess.
In the meantime, I believe Giza's doing a rapid salvaging operation for parts to see if we can fix the ship.
Yes, absolutely.
you can scavenge what you can out of the ship. Is anybody going to help you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not doing too much. Realistically speaking.
I'm gonna
not
make
much help, but I'll help.
negotiations.
So you have 7 prisoners. You have 5 full sets of stormtrooper armor. However you wanted to, I know somebody's already used it. That's fine. However you want to use that. 3 frags. You've distributed that. So what's the plan as you're pulling as much stuff as you can out of this thing as fast as you can, because there's probably a chance that the Empire might send somebody to find out what happened to these guys.
Sending them in, it's like sending them into the forest. They keep vanishing, so we'll send more.
I don't know much about mechanics or anything like that. You might be looking for the stem packs, the power packs, the
All the
lights and stuff like that. Your personal EDC that they might have that's cool. Those types of things.
The cassette player, that type of stuff.
Is anybody got a personal deflector shield on them? Those kinds of things. He's looking for that kind of loot while pretending to pull parts off of the ship. He's not a mechanic. He's not the handy type.
Okay.
not only that, things like comms, etc., are money.
See if we can get medical supplies off the ship.
We are looking for medical supplies.
All right, let's do this. Okay, so Geezer, go ahead and give me a mechanics check, because I think that's probably to grab as you're like trying to grab shit off this thing. Hey, no roll. Okay, so let me know what you're going to do, if you're going to look for stuff in the ship or look for parts.
I'm going to be helping Geezer mostly, but if he walks by something and it's easy to pick up, it's going to get picked up. Unlike my friend there, who is probably looting more than helping Geezer.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's something mechanical that's easy to do, then Euskug will help, but he's honestly not much help with the mechanical things, so the soft stuff he's looking for.
Give me a perception roll.
Oh, I don't have any points.
Wow, there's a lot of no. So a lot of this stuff is damaged. Like trying to scavenge this damn ship. A lot of this shit is damaged. If you want to give a perception roll, Russell.
I've actually got it. So let's see what we do here.
You're stressing. A lot of this stuff's damaged.
You activated the self-destruct.
You got a strain.
I got a strike from that. What the hell?
Honestly, I'm not on the ship with them. I'd still be should have negotiated with the Twi'leks. And if I'd finished with that, I'd be on the comms trying to talk with the Rebel Alliance about negotiating for the Imperial prisoners and selling them off.
There you go.
Okay. Have you guys met anybody from the Rebel Alliance?
Well, we had one prisoner the other day. Oh,
Had the
never mind.
prisoner, and there was one.
That's right.
The Twi'lek female who we were dealing with in the beginning had contacts with the Rebel Alliance. I remember she didn't give us the names directly, but we know she had contacts with them to a degree because she mentioned it.
Oh, you mean Shasa Din? Okay. Yeah, you contact the Rebel Alliance.
Hello, I'm Ava. I'm an independent contractor.
Independent contractor.
Me and my
Merv.
group have come upon something that you might be interested in.
And what is that?
3 and 7 Imperial stormtroopers.
Are they alive?
They're alive now. They're currently in our ship's hold.
What do you want for them?
What's your offer?
2,000 credits.
2,000 credits for all 7 of them?
Correct.
Surely you can do better than that.
3,000?
Our ship's in need of repairs.
Supplies instead.
Anything you can do to help out with that?
We may be able to assist you if you are friends of the Rebel Alliance.
We're bringing you 7 prisoners, aren't we?
Correct. But that doesn't mean you're friends of the Rebel Alliance.
We've done nothing against you, which is close enough for the time being.
Yeah, just wait until we're paid to hunt you instead. Never mind.
As long as you're friendly with us, we're friendly with you.
Due to these coordinates, we will take your prisoner and potentially offer you some assistance with your ship.
As soon as Giza gets back, I'm going to give Giza the coordinates to look into the planet and see what's going on there.
All right. It's like an encrypted code. You figure it out. I mean, it's obviously, they're not setting it up so you can't figure it out.
Yep.
It's near a place called Antar. There's a dead moon there. So you're guessing, obviously, either there might be some sort of base, or maybe it's a ship or what, but those are the coordinates they give you.
Well, we should be seeing you soon then.
Do you have an estimated time of arrival?
Not at the moment. I'm waiting for my pilot to get back to me.
Very well.
They use the code word Bronze Serpent.
Okay.
So far, you've not heard any kind of traffic. I would say you probably spend a good hour like trying to salvage shit from this ship. It's badly damaged. There was, at least one explosion in there, or two.
Or 2 or more.
So you grab what you can, the stuff that you can. Lezah offers you to, you can hang out at Miner's Town. He knows the hut that runs it. You could easily trade your prisoners there for whatever you want. You could probably get some credits or entertainment or, maybe some ship repairs or whatever, because they always need people to work in the spice mines. Or you can just head to these coordinates.
Are we comfortable selling stormtroopers into slavery? Do we care? Does anybody care?
I think we're better off handing them over to the Rebel Alliance.
Ava's already cut a deal to help on ship repairs, and we need that. I hate to say it, we need that a little more than we need money at the moment.
Yeah, and the huts aren't likely. The huts are probably likely to drive a harder bargain than the rebels that could really use the information from the
Exactly.
stormtroopers for the information. Yeah.
Plus, the huts aren't going to betray us and snap us in the back if they feel like we get more money from the Imperials doing so. We did blow up a Lambda shuttle and a few TIE fighters.
Yeah, makes us look like friends of the rebellion.
Exactly. It's best if we get out of here fast. Oh, one more thing. We need to make sure we get paid for this job.
Well, I'm sure Uncle will take care of us. We just got to get back.
Yes, well,
What were we supposed to get out of our contact, though?
we were supposed to get 2,500 credits each.
Right. And it would be hard for him to argue that we haven't, tried to uphold our end of the deal after shooting down a damn shuttle and 2 TIE fighters.
We did get them some weapons.
That's true.
How is Lezah Koh feeling about the weapons that he's got?
Oh, he's pretty happy with the situation, actually.
Okay.
Make sure he reports that right now.
Okay, so I take it you are not going to stay here. You're going to jump into hyperspace and head to Antar.
Probably with the amount of ship repairs we need, it's best if we don't stay here when the Imperials might come back at any moment.
Good idea.
We don't know if they sent off a message either, which if they did, we could be in trouble. Those TIE fighters better send something off.
Agree.
Correct. All right. So
Yeah.
you pack up your get yourself, pack your stuff, head out. All right, Geezer, I need an astrogation check. Anybody else have astrogation? As in ranks?
No.
No, you would not believe this. I actually don't have it.
Nope. I have 0 ranks. I'm rankless.
It's all up to you, Giza. We believe in you.
You could use a light side point if you
Here's a
want.
hindsight. Yep.
Sure.
One threat.
Those darn rebels. Were those directions to a minefield?
How much damage does the ship take from the minefield?
So basically, it's just increased travel time. Just take you a little bit longer. I'll have to check to see how long you'll be in hyperspace, but it might be a while, like a couple days. Let's see. You got to send a message to the other group, let them know what you did, and you can make your handling check now, or you can wait till we resume and do that when you're in hyperspace. I mean, you'll be in hyperspace, but you can try to fix it now if you want to run that check again.
So the mechanics check that I have 2 ranks in that have been rolling so nicely so far tonight.
Yeah, or you could just wait or you could flip another point and try to do it.
All right, I'll do that.
At least we have a point to burn right now.
Yep.
Abysmal handling should be down to 2. So yeah, from what you did last time. All right, go ahead, roll.
All right.
Yeah.
He's just gonna die of old age before this ship gets fixed.
So yeah, it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take more time to fix this thing, but you're gonna be in hyperspace a while. So, but you have 2 advantages. So we will resume those checks at a later time. As you head to Antar, now I need the message to the other group to let them know whoever's going to do that. Going once.
Russell? Ava?
Oh, you trying to stick me with it?
No. I did the last one.
I can give it a shot. I'm not great at spontaneous, but I think I can give it a shot.
All right, whenever you're ready.
All righty. Oh, hey guys, you guys were supposed to deliver weapons according to our contact, and he was really pissed that he instead got medical supplies. But we cut a deal, shut down a couple of TIE fighters and an Imperial shuttle, and split up the loot with him, and he should be pretty cool with that. Unfortunately, in the process, we got our ship got sort of slapped around, so we're going to take some of our prisoners, yes, we have Imperial prisoners, and dump them off at a rebel base in return for some ship repairs. You guys have fun, and next time, warn us when the goods are wrong.
Nailed it. In
All
2
right.
weeks, Ava or Geezer get to do it.
All right, so yeah, you guys head into hyperspace. I'll have to figure out how long it takes but you are headed to Antar to meet up with the rebels to dump off, to get rid of some captured stormtroopers and hopefully get some repairs. And when you send the message to your uncle Cho'Tesh, you are each credited 5,000 credits for your work.
We got a bonus.
All right, and that is a good place to stop.
Great game, Peter.
Thank you very much for running.
Oh, you're welcome.
How much XP for this session?
10 XP, the standard. 10 experience points. Yeah, sorry, but I had to look up a couple things. I didn't know what the hell they were, but there's all these different weapons and have various, specialties like linked. I was like, what the hell is linked? I know it does something, has to do with a ship, but when you get so many advantages, it basically allows you to like shoot more than one gun or something, because the TIE fighter had linked and I was trying to see if it actually activated it, but it didn't. So
We were going to
Okay.
use all the advantages we could have.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I'm guessing there's some kind of rule you can't do that, but at that point I was like, whatever, it's just an
Well,
advantage.
What's it called? The rule of cool.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
All right.
If it sounds like fun, just do it.
yeah, and for a second there I thought it was gonna, when you started kick that fight off, I was a little bit worried. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be 2 TIE fighters and this shuttle with these 20 stormtroopers come rolling out. I was like, oh boy, that really.
Choice to go ahead and shoot it down was seriously smart.
Yeah.
That's just because I remembered, wait, Lambdas carry 20 people. If there are 20 stormtroopers in that, we're not going to win a straight up fight against 20 stormtroopers who can all shoot back at us.
We're not, but we also did have backup
Yeah, I don't really
If-
trust slug
if-
throwers.
if they came through, right?
I mean, they would be cannon fodder basically.
Yeah, I wasn't going to put my faith in them, and that's why I started shooting them. I need
Guys
to take
carrying swords and rusty pistols.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently that's what was in the what was in the goods. Now we figure out if that was how they were when they started, or whether our guys looted all the medical supplies.
I don't know.
Wouldn't put it past them.
We can ask later. We'll have to send them a message and say, hey, did you guys take the weapon medical supplies? Did you take the heavily armed medical supplies? Perchance?
See,
Nope.
you should have thought of that 5 minutes ago, right before Vorti sent
Well-
the message.
I mean, then again, if they were told that if they also weren't told about the weapons and were just told the other people were after medical supplies, then it's like, well, if they took the weapons, they were told the guys were only after medical supplies too. So it's like, I can't really blame them for taking the weapons then. It's like, oh, free weapons.
Yeah.
What, you want me to read between the lines?
Yeah, it's like instead you could tell us what you want, as opposed to wasting our time.
Yeah, we followed the
Instructions.
the exact words of the contract.
And the truth is, we were told we can take whatever loot we got.
Yep.
If the other group was told the same thing and they took the weapons, they're like, whoa, it's just other loot on the ship. So
Yeah.
I can't really blame them if they did that then. So same thing with us. We took a bunch of free loot here and we went above and beyond our duty by giving them weapons.
Well, knowing he was kicked out of that Ryloth resistance, and we were told we could take whatever we wanted from him. That was why my attitude was like, do we just want to kill him and take the shit and go?
Yeah, I thought about that, but then I'm like, this guy sent us here and I really don't want a bounty appearing on our heads or anything or burning a bunch of bridges.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that Cho'Tesh was not going to put a bounty on our heads if we killed this guy.
It might not be him, it might be his kin as well. His family on Ryloth still or something else.
Oh, now his kin might be, yeah. That
Yeah.
would be a different story.
Yeah, we don't know anything about this guy realistically, and so it's like, let's not get ourselves in trouble. We can avoid it.
I went with this gut reaction a few weeks ago when we were playing the other one that, the Twi'lek's calling somebody that's close to them uncle or cousin.
Mhm.
Not that he's necessarily my
Right,
blood
right.
uncle, but
Yep.
he's
Yeah.
respected and so forth. That's uncle.
All right, guys. I appreciate it.
It was fun.
All right.
That was a lot of fun.
Good. I will see you in 2 weeks.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Take care.
Yep.